It's literally like 6 p.m. here, and outside is so dark. And it's raining, and I have all this dust flying in the air. It's not orbs. This is literally like my car needs a good dusting. So I told you guys I had 2 last messages, 2 words that are late. God, most of the times when I get messages from God, it's like visions. As in, like, I'm not sleeping, but I'm not awake. I'm in the spiritual realm, and I'm seeing things form, or I'm like witnessing things in the spirit. But then sometimes I'll go into a very deep prophetic dream where I have a dream within a dream, where I'm in my own dream, and then I end up in someone else's dream, and I'm literally witnessing things go down. And then God is speaking to me, instructing me while I'm in the dream, or when I'm waking up, he's giving me the confirmation and speaking to me as I wake up, right? Something happened to me. It doesn't happen a lot. It's happened before in the past. Like, I can't count actually, but it's happened before sometimes. But something happened to me in this prophetic dream I had like 3 days ago, 3 days ago. So it was like around that week, 3 days ago, the week before that, or a couple of days before that, I was talking about people not respecting your shoes and people not understanding your shoes, and how we all go through different things. Our walk is unique, our walk is different, and the only person that's going to understand you fully as to what you're going through is God, because no one's going to really understand what you're going through. People may go through similar things, but no one's going to completely understand what you're going through, right? But it was weird because in this particular dream, I was in someone else's shoes. I was experiencing someone else's life, but it wasn't me, it was them. But I was them in the dream. So it was just so crazy because in this prophetic dream, God was allowing me to feel what you were feeling. God was allowing me to hear what you were thinking, because in this dream I was you, but I was not me. It's so hard to explain. So what ended up happening was, in this dream, I had this baby. The baby was like 4 or 5 months old, okay? And I was at this family event, this family gathering, but it wasn't my family, it was your family, and I was around your family. And there was a relationship that you were in. You're not with this person anymore. And this relationship you had with this person was on and off. Like, it's a very toxic relationship. This person mistreated you. And it's almost like you had a hard time letting go of the relationship. It was when you started to walk with God and you became serious with God, you were able to release that person and completely just let go and sever ties. And you were able to take your walk seriously. You're able to make the necessary changes in your life. And God told you had an ordained person. So let me show you what happened. I was in a dream. I was holding the baby. There was a family event. Your family. This guy walks in, and he's your ex, and he didn't even greet you. He just came up to you. But I already knew who the guy was. I already knew that he was your ex. Like, it was like I was you, but I already knew who he was. And you were like, here, take your child. So you basically gave the baby to him, and he wasn't looking in the eye. He wasn't greeting you. He was being very disrespectful. He had a lot of attitude. And I can hear what you're saying. It's like you were trying to tell yourself, don't get back with him. Let him go. God already has someone for you. God already confirmed who your partner is. Don't go back into this toxic relationship. Don't get back on this hamster wheel. It was like you were telling this to yourself, but in your thoughts. That's how I knew that God has already spoken to you about who your kingdom person is. And, you know, most of the time when we leave toxic relationships, and I talked about this in my kingdom marriage video, when we leave toxic relationships, most of the time we will receive the revelations from God as to who our actual person is, who God actually wants us to be with. And how do we find that out is when we leave these toxic relationships and we get close to God and we start to build that relationship with God, then we start to hear him. We start to receive our prophetic dreams. We start to understand revelations. And that's what happened to you. So you're trying to tell yourself not to get back with this person. And you were completely done with this man. Like, the way how I was feeling the emotions, like, you were done with him. There was no emotions there, no feelings for him, nothing. You gave him the baby who's giving you so much attitude, and he was just so rude. And then all of a sudden, this woman walked in, and the woman is his girlfriend, the person that he's with. And when she walked in, he was doing too much. It was like he was purposely trying to make you jealous, trying to make you mad. He was like kissing up on her. You can tell he was doing too much, because when I was looking at him doing all that as you, I was saying to myself as you, like, he's doing way too much. Like, but you were also feeling a bit like jealous, but also hurt. And I understood those emotions because whenever it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how healed you are. Whenever you see someone who mistreated you, who does not show you any type of love, who treated you so bad, and you fought for the relationship and you've done nothing but good for this person, you've been nothing but genuine to this person, you've tried your best to fight for the relationship, and you've been on and off with the person, when you see them move on with somebody else and treat them good, it's going to make you feel some type of way. Even if you don't want to be with them, you will have a little bit of emotions. That's normal. It's a human experience. We all been through something like that, right? And I felt like the way I felt when I was you was like, you were so sad, you were emotional, but at the same time, you already knew that you're not meant to be with him. You already knew that God has already given you specific instructions and told you to stay clear of him. But he was doing so much on purpose in front of you to try to make you feel that way, to try to make you want to get back with him, right? So it was a tactic, a manipulative tactic that he was doing. And the type of thoughts you were having were like, okay, don't fall for it. I'm not going to get back with him. God already told me what my person is. So he gave the baby to this woman, and the woman walks into the room with the baby. And she went to go lay on this bed with the baby. And you were getting more upset. Like, why are you giving my child to a woman that you haven't even been with for more than a week? Like, that's what you were saying to yourself, like, more than a week. Why would you give my child to her? So you ran into the room to go get the child, right? And before you went to him to get the child, you were telling him, why are you doing all this in front of me? Like, I understand you moved on. I understand we're not together anymore, but why do all this in front of me? You're doing too much. Why would you do that in front of me? What, are you trying to make me mad? Are you trying to make me jealous? Are you trying to make me angry? He was purposely trying to get you upset, but you were saying all that to him. Then you went to the room to get the baby. And as you were going to get the baby, I was you going to get the baby. As you were going to get the baby, that's when I saw a mirror, and I was walking to get the baby, and I picked up the baby, and I was like, rocking the baby. And when I walked past the mirror and got the baby, I walked back and I looked at myself, and that's when I noticed, like, I was you. I was you. And that's when I looked, and you look like you had dark hair. You have like not thick eyebrows, but not too thin. You look Hispanic, but at the same time, I don't want to give you an ethnicity, because you could be any ethnicity. You can look Hispanic, but you can be like European or something, or you can be Latina, or or you can be some type of other race, because a lot of people, even from the Caribbean, like, they don't look, some people in the Caribbean don't look Caribbean, you know what I mean? Some people look like Malaysian, or like, different races, right? So I don't want to say that, but you looked Hispanic, right? But that's when I knew that I was like, whoa, I'm experiencing someone's situation, right? Relationship. So as I was waking up from the dream now, I was hearing God saying not to go back. That was temptation. Like, so I knew what the word was, but like I said, I had to wait a couple of days, because I wanted to make sure, like, that's what it was and everything was okay. But this is an ex that knows about your kingdom partner. This is an ex that knows that you're close with God now. He knows that you're moving forward. And every other tactic this ex has done to try to get you back has not worked. Back in the day, it did. You're on and off with this person. It's a toxic relationship. You kept going in and out of the relationship with this person. It was very back and forth. God gave you clear instructions and told you, do not go back with this person. God gave you clear instructions and told you, I have a husband for you, and you have to be focused on him and your walk and your purpose, right? This person has been trying everything to get under your skin, to try to get you to get back with him. Nothing is working. You guys just heard my stomach. I'm hungry. Nothing has been working, right? So the next tactic he was going to do is bring another woman around, or try to make it seem like he's happy with this woman and he's dating this woman. Because as human beings, we always want what we can't have. And sometimes when there is a bit of jealousy, you may want the other person back. Even if you're not supposed to be with them, you may have these thoughts like, oh, let me get back with them because they're with someone else. But that's a tactic that he's using to try to get you back in that toxic cycle. Okay, and God is letting you know to stick to the plan, stick to his purpose for your life and what he told you. But this is what this person's been trying to do. It's purpose manipulation to try to get you to go back into a toxic situation. This is someone that knows that God is going to open a door for you to meet the actual person that he ordained for you to be. This is someone that knows this, okay? So they're doing whatever they can to try to get you to go back with them and get back with them, okay? So don't fall for this tactic, okay? So I have to be obedient and put this message out. I know it sounds like really weird, and this is not something that happens all the time. Like, sometimes this is a part of being gifted. Like, it happens, you know. Sometimes you'll have prophetic dreams and you'll be in a whole new family, different surrounding, whole different place, and you're like, this is not my life. Whose life is this? What's going on here? And then you realize, like, God is putting you in someone else's position for you to understand what they're going through, for you to understand the message, and then you'll get the instructions as you wake up to deliver the message. But do not fall for this tactic. This person is definitely just doing this to get you back, okay? Just doing it to make you jealous, okay? I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.